Welcome to the podcast Fictional Crime Stories. The name of today's episode is The Rise and Fall of James Walter. James Walter was born in 1970 in New Jersey. His father was having a land and he was creating agricultural products. So basically his father did not know anything about the stock market. However, James Walter was interested in the stock market since he was a child. For graduation and post-graduation, he went to Cambridge and applied for economics in Harvard's Business School. Later on, he also completed his masters from the same university. After the completion of his post-graduation, the year was 1990, also called as the Roaring 90s. James Walter saw that the technology industry were going to be the future. He had many reasons to back up his analysis. Mosaic and many other web browsers were released. The world was transforming from industrial age to information age, and there was a hype regarding the tech stocks, like it was very brand new. Like as in today's time, there is this metaverse and these concepts which are relatively new to us. Same way it was there for at that time for those people. John Walter also applied a strategy where he would invest only 1% for each tech stocks. Like if there are 100 tech stocks, then 1% he will invest for each and every tech stock. So his total investment in the beginning was only $1,000. That meant he only invested $10 in each tech stock. Now it was possible with the help that in the US you could buy a fraction of a share. It was not a great amount, but something was better than nothing. As the years progressed, James Walter became more sure about his analysis and he started investing heavily. He started taking loans from banks to invest. He also knew that this was a big opportunity not to be passed. He took around $1 million loans from various banks to invest in tech stocks because he knew that investing only with his money was not enough to fully capture the market boom. Like there happens now, like when you are getting this opportunity, okay, where you can increase 10 times, 20 times, 30 times the money. So what you do is that you become greedy, and in that greediness you start investing a large amount of money, right? So that was the same condition that was happening with James Walter. Around the coming of the year 2000, the portfolio of James Walter increased around 500%, which was a huge percentage around that time, right? Like at that time, if you consider 500% was very big. Okay, like nowadays it's very simple. You can easily get 500% investing in a year and so. But at that time, it was a very huge amount. Now, James Walter was managing $5 million. He had taken loan of $1 million, but now it had given him 5 times the return. James was happy and excited. He couldn't believe his eyes how much his portfolio had increased. Like he was shocked as well as he was surprised. Like he was like, "Abhi to meri lottery hai." However, by the month of March, the money James was managing decreased. Now there were various factors to it, like rising in interest rates, and there were many analysts in Wall Street who were telling investors to stop investing and or at least decrease their investments in tech stocks because they were not that much undervalued, right? But in the beginning of the boom of the .com companies, they were undervalued, but now they were going a little bit more overvalued. Now this message gave him the signal now that he should get out of the tech stock, and this is what exactly he did, right? Because he thought, well, now I've gotten this much of money, $4 million, which was a very big amount, but still he didn't want to risk it. However, the problem was that if now he gave the money back to the bank, then he will be left with only $2 million. So he decided that he is not going to pay the loan back to the bank. Like obviously, if you are getting $4 million, even though you have taken the loan, you are going to give back the $2 million. then $2 million means you are essentially giving all the profits away to the bank. So now he took the $4 million and he ran away to a small island called Caribbean. Now, the one major advantage of Caribbean was, in Caribbean also US dollar was used. So that's why he transferred all of his money to the Bank of Caribbean, and nobody suspected that James Walter had done such a big scam. Now, during the time that James Walter was doing his investments in .com company, he also married and had a child whose name was Thomas Walter. Now, Thomas Walter had taken the opportunity of the 2008 to 2020 bull run. Now, if you want to know more story about this Thomas Walter, then don't forget to tune into the next episode. Also, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment on this podcast. What are your thoughts, views and opinions on this story? Thank you.